AMR1.
I live in the Blackstone.
Okay. In Homewood?
I currently live in the Phi-Sci house at 2930 St. Paul on the 3rd floor.
AMR2?
I do.
You do.
Yes, I do.
How many roommates do you have?
Just one.
Just one.
So are you guys all roommates?
Yes.
Yeah.
I live with other people, but not in the sense that I have a roommate. There are 2 other guys that live on the same floor, and in total there are 7. Yeah, 7 people in the house.
Yeah, he's right over here. There's a roommate and his evidence. All right.
Less space, and sharing bathrooms is weird.
Little things like laundry, cooking for yourself, cleaning
Definitely
up after yourself.
You kind of have to rely on yourself for everything. Between here and the dorms, you get a lot more freedom as to what you can do. For example, I have my guitar and amp here. And then, yeah, I have a cat, so that's a big difference. You definitely have to deal with noise. It's a different problem where in the dorms there would just be people either like slamming doors or staying up late in the common room.
I'm way messier here. Like, way messier.
Okay.
What time some people are sleeping, studying, it's tricky. That's my one big thing.
Yep.
I do use some studying in here, but the setup's annoying because of my chair. But, and then like Gilman Library.
Gilman. Well, so why do you go to Gilman?
It's really pretty.
What's your ideal environment to study in? If you could,
like
if you could
quiet,
pick.
but not too quiet, kind of thing. Like there could be noises around, but no one's talking.
Do you experience that here, or what place is better, here or Gilman? For that.
I use the library too, like M level, A level, but it's really hot on A level. But I do some work on B, but after that, it just kind of gets too quiet.
I didn't study.
You didn't study
It's too
here.
small.
It was too small. Okay, that seems to be a common trend. And where do you study now?
I still study off campus in
Okay.
Brody.
You never study in your apartment?
Sometimes I do in my living room, but mainly off campus. I like to separate my home and school.
Okay, alright.
I study in my room all the time.
Do you guys?
Not very often. I usually go to the library or find a room somewhere else. TV. All your friends are usually hanging out here, so it's easier to just get somewhere quiet where you can concentrate.
I definitely like studying more in the dorms when I was in the library when I lived in the dorms, just because you never know what your roommates are going to be doing. There's a lot of, and the library is closer, so you can just walk over in 5 minutes and immerse yourself in B level for as long as you want. Whereas here, I'm pretty secluded if I want to be.
Usually I go to the library.
Library. And why?
Mostly because there's too many distractions here.
Like what?
Like, I usually try to do my work on my bed, and then I end up just falling asleep after 10 minutes.
Okay.
I find that if I go to the library, it just is an atmosphere that promotes studying because everybody else is also studying. I feel like I have to be doing work.
Facebook, my phone, and if I'm listening to music, sometimes I get more into the song than into my work. But
So I've tried studying with people, friends and stuff, and that just fails for me miserably. And then I don't know, Facebook and Reddit usually distract me too.
Much like this, I'm in my pajamas. Usually I'll have music on, or depending on the work, and just the ability to get up and get food right in my fridge, or so I guess just being relaxed, quiet, I guess.
Quiet and secluded, but not I don't go down to C or D level, but I just find a quiet space away from everybody else on A or B, and that's a good noise level, a good seclusion level for me. That's fine.
If it's loud, if I were studying Gilman or something, I'll just put on headphones.
I go on weekends, and I just joined the sorority, so I do that.
Okay.
But this weekend, for example, was highly study focused. I have 5 exams.
Like in the apartment? Or?
Yeah.
No, I usually have friends over before we go out downtown or
Oh,
out
okay.
and about.
So you have somewhat of a pregame.
Yeah.
We throw that word
Follow that
around,
one,
pregame.
yeah.
Usually hanging out, going out places.
So you go out on weekends?
Yes, we.
Yeah, I try to get out once or twice a week. Usually once on the weekend for sure, and then if there's something going on at the house, I'll kind of walk around and it's, you know, not that far away, so I can just go downstairs, which is nice.
Yeah, I go out on the weekends and stuff. I'm currently pledging. I go out on the week occasionally when, you know, my schedule suits it or I don't have that much work. I've been busier recently, so I've kind of stopped doing that, but I used to do it quite a bit.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not anymore one.
Not an hour one. Okay. Sometimes. And have you ever been written up?
I don't think so.
What
Do
would
you know if people have gotten written up
Yeah.
and like why they got written up?
For like music being too loud or
Have you? Why did you get written
Yeah,
up?
can we, yeah.
Because I was with like 10 people drinking in a room. It was loud as fuck.
All right.
Were you near an
loud
RA?
music, like loud
I don't
people.
know. She just kind of snuck up on us.
Sometimes they can smell it.
Parties.
Would you classify them as pre-games?
Yeah.
You would you do have pre-games?
I guess, yeah.
What precautions do you guys take to keep the noise levels down?
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we'll have to stop ourselves every once in a while and check to see if the music's too loud, because occasionally we'll find ourselves just continuing to turn it up or stuff like that. Or we'll start talking over each other and just get louder and louder.
What do you do if you hear a knock on the door? What's your first response?
Scramble to turn the music off or down.
Yeah, clean up a little bit, and
A lot of times it's already been accepted that it was going to happen.
Is there anything you try to hide or
well, we usually
And where
hide
do you
things
hide
we're not
it?
supposed to have in the room,
where do you
like
hide it?
halogen lamps and stuff.
Have you ever actually been written up?
Yes.
And how did that happen?
She let herself in.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Did you ever get written up
Um,
while you're in there?
I never got written up for alcohol or other things. I got in trouble for noise more than anything.
For noise?
A few times my freshman year for playing my guitar too loud.
Why do you think that happened? Like, how do you think the RA like?
It was probably honestly because I was one of the only people in the dorms at the time. Because I wasn't playing my guitar any more loudly than people would play music, but just the fact that it was the only thing being projected, and because it was a guitar, not music, I think that caused it like drew more attention to it.
Yes, I pregame and or party in the dorms.
And or party in the dorms? Okay. Have you ever been written up?
Yes.
Yes. How many times?
I have been written up once.
Once?
Yes. This room has been written up twice.
Okay. And why'd you get written up?
Blatant stupidity, honestly. There was like 3 people in here,
Yeah.
and there was no music, and the RA was coming around to see if I'd taken a survey.
Okay.
So he had to like knock on the door, and somebody like without thinking just opened the door, forgetting that the alcohol was sitting right there.
Okay.
Try to respect the rules more. Because then I would just stay out of trouble. So.
Or like, is there anything that would help you?
Say, yeah. Not
If
like
This
that.
isn't
If
for
you
a class.
soundproofed the rooms, that'd be tight.
Mainly it's the noise level, so that's why we've made a point to try and keep it down.
We should have just had it at least out of sight. If it was out of sight, we would have been fine.
Okay.
And we didn't.
On university housing sophomore year.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing.
University housing, has all the, I guess, rules where, you can't be loud past 8 o'clock on a weeknight, 10 on weekends, I guess off-campus housing, you're not going to get in trouble for that type of stuff. You don't have to, deal with that. You don't have to deal with the continual room checks or stuff like that.
I'd rather live in a suite style thing and have a single, but with still roommates in the suite, because I enjoy living with people, but I'd rather have my own like private space.
Is there a particular reason you want the private space? Or?
No, it's just that like constantly. It's sometimes like, if you just want privacy and you just like want to be away from people, like I'm a very like not introverted person, but I like to have my own space.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's just like it's a lot when you like can't even go back to your room to get away from everything.